ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nràn pa orí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly, dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù tó jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá jẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ ti jọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ́lọ́dọ̀ ògiri. Àmọ̀lẹ́ tó wọ́n ti fi gbogbo bàjọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò
Yes, so good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagbajantis Show. Thank you very much for joining me this evening and for connecting with me from whatever part of the world you are joining from. Happy to have you tonight, and I hope it's going to be another wonderful and interesting discussion tonight. As you're coming in, please help me share this show on your platforms. Help me invite somebody. it's going to be an enlightening discussion tonight, and it will benefit somebody. What we want to talk about tonight, it's something that many people are aware of. Some are going through challenges regarding it, and some don't even know. They might be hearing, this topic for the first time tonight. So let's try and bring this show to the attention of somebody. So please help me, share the show, and let's get more people in. Right. Let's see who is the first person to come in tonight. Ah, my fluffy sister is back. After she has been, sent to the back of the row for a very long time, she's finally back on the VIP seat. It's a pleasure to have you on that seat tonight, my sister, fluffy sister from America, Esther Adiola. You know how we do it. So just release yourself, submit yourself. Don't stiff body. Let them carry you to where you never know. Level not to change you. You've not tasted it for a very long time. So you'll be getting some, you'll be getting some different touch tonight. So enjoy it. But I don't need to check anything. She's the first. Because the argument last week when you guys came in together, and I checked it and I picked you. But tonight, my fluffy sister Looney. So Bafolo. Anyway, I greet my people on YouTube. I want posh people here, and then my intellectuals on Twitter, and then my rugged fellows on Facebook. Thank you for connecting tonight. The silent listeners, wherever you are, invisible listeners, Akia, and those who will be catching up with the recorded version of the show sometime later. I greet all of you. Thank you very, very much. Right. Who is here again? My brother, Manuel Markinde, I greet you very much. Thank you for joining tonight. And thanks for your support always. Engineer Elijah, I greet you, my brother. Thank you for joining me. My brother Latunji Humphrey Tosin, it's a pleasure to have you on the show as well. Thank you very much. I think that is, that's all. If you're on the show and you want me to, give you a special shout out, just say hi, and then I will mention your name. Other than that, let's get straight into the discussion for tonight. Right, what are we talking about? The discussion for tonight is titled Blended Family. Like I said earlier, some of you already have an idea of what this is, and some are already in it and are facing, some challenges, and some of you will be hearing it for the first time. So this is the reason why we're having the discussion. For those who are already in it to, have maybe a better understanding or a better insight on how to, better work on the relationship. And if they're having challenges, maybe some of the things we will mention tonight might help them to, trace where the issue is, and maybe, be inspired on steps to take to improve their situation. And also, for those who are about to get into it, this discussion tonight might also help you, for you to know what you are about to get yourself into. It will help you to know what to, expect, how to better prepare yourself. And maybe you haven't really made up your mind, you're still skeptical. So maybe what you will hear tonight might, give you clarity on whether to pull back or to, go ahead. And for the neutrals, this might just be another learning session for you to see that, or to know that, okay, there's a family setting like this, and this is what goes on within that family setting. What you hear tonight might be useful for you in helping some other people, because in your journey in life, you might come across people that will need your advice or your opinion on what they're going through. So you have something to tell them. So that's why I think, we should have this discussion. I witnessed something, I think maybe 2 weeks ago now. And from the story, what I could deduce is that that's a foundational problem. So it was a matter that came up within this family setup, a blended family. And then they started having issue in the middle of the relationship, which, I could trace back to their foundation. So there are certain things they didn't iron out. There are certain things they didn't, specifically put in place, which became a problem in the relationship. So for the sake of those who don't know, let's start from the definition of what a blended family is. So a blended family is one where two people who have already been, in previous relationship come together, bringing, children from their previous relationship, and, putting every one of them together to become one big family. Back in the modern day today, blended family is also known as step family. But back then, there was a major distinction between blended family and step family. And the distinction is that in a blended family, after they have come with, children that they have from this previous relationship, they will still have, a child or children together in that new relationship. So, bàbá, ọkùnrin wá láti ibì kan, ó kọ ọmọ dání. Obìnrin wá láti ibòmíì, ó kọ ọmọ dání. Then, ìgbà tán tún wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ family yẹn náà, wọ́n tún wá ní ọmọ míì, or wọ́n tún wá ní àwọn ọmọ míì. So, that is what we refer to as blended family. But in today's world, they don't necessarily have need to have family together before it can be regarded as a blended family. So right now, tó bá kàn ti come up, wọ́n ti di blended family náà nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní láti bímọ míì, wọn dẹ̀ ní láti adopt ọmọ míì. And then this one too is also referred in this modern day as step family. Now, why do people, enter into this kind of relationship? There are several reasons. One of it is, single parents, coming out from separation or divorce. So another reason is, where maybe either of them have suffered, loss of a partner through death. So you can have widow or widower, and you can have, divorcees. So essentially, people who are single and then aspiring to go into another relationship. Some are lucky, they meet other single, people who are ready to, start a relationship with them. And some might not be that lucky to start a relationship with another single person. So they'll have to find somebody who is equally, in the same situation like them, who has been in a previous relationship, so they need and one more. So why jọ kó family papọ̀. The truth is this, on a normal day, having a relationship is tough. Running a family is tough, as a standard. But you see, this type of relationship is even tougher. This blended family kind of relationship is even tougher. And statistics have it that 70% of this type of relationship end up in divorce. 70% of this type of relationship eventually end up in divorce. And we will get to, some of the reasons why this is so. But let's start from the benefits. When you go into this type of relationship, what are the things, you gain from it? Mi ò fẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ focus lórí àwọn wàhálà tó wà nínú ẹ̀ náà. Let's first of all talk about gbogbo nǹkan ò kí ń burú tán. Everything has, their good and their bad side. So let's talk about some of the benefits that are in this type of relationship. First and foremost, like I said, this is a relationship that affects people who are single. Either they lost their partner to death or they're divorced. By forming a blended family, you can gain companionship. So that loneliness, lonely at the top, lonely, ìyẹn á kúrò ńbẹ̀. Wàá rí èèyàn tẹ́jọ máa kọ́mọ lùbọ́. Now, understanding yín máa tún better because you guys are coming from, experience yín fẹ́ súnmọ́ra. Unlike by a single person, ni wọ́n tó ti marry tẹ́lẹ̀ bá pàdé, ó máa fì bákan. So but when you find somebody that has been in your similar situation before, ẹ máa lè tètè gel, and then first and foremost, companionship is what you gain from that. And that companionship, goes from having somebody to talk to, onboarding, having somebody to get your Norayin leather without feeling like, okay, you know, you're jumping around and things like that, and having somebody to lean on, to support you here and there. So that is one thing you gain from, this sort of relationship. Another thing is, when it comes to, single parenting, it is super stressful. Super, super, super stressful. Imagine obìnrin tó ń dá tọ́ bí ọmọ méjì àbọ̀mọ mẹ́ta. Kò sọ́kùnrin kankan nínú life ẹ̀. School run, feeding wọn, a lot of, a lot of issues tí ẹni yẹn tó máa deal pẹ̀lú. Now, when you now have, a partner who can help you share, in this burden, it reduces that stress level for you. Likewise, the other person náà, yẹn pọ́kùnrin òun náà ní custody àwọn ọmọ, right? Òun náà ní challenges, òun náà ní stress tó náà ń go through. Òun náà ń wá obìnrin tó jẹ́ pé á tiẹ̀ lè ràn án lọ́wọ́ láti take àwọn responsibility díẹ̀ náà kúrò lọ́wọ́ òun. So both parties can benefit from, reduced stress. Or ká sọ wípé ilé àmú stress tiẹ̀ wà tán àmú stress ẹ̀ wá, ẹjọ́ bá máa dà pọ̀ sínú báàgì kan, ẹ máa wá pín, so that á tiẹ̀ wá rọrùn díẹ̀. So that is another benefit of having a blended family. People who are single parent on this platform or listening to me will understand what I'm talking about. It is stressful to run a family alone. It is the same for those who are in relationships where, their partner are not kí ló máa ń pe àwọn partner ẹ̀ náà? Kí ló máa ń pè wọ́n náà? Deadbeat, yes. Where you have deadbeat partners, where they're not, pulling their weight. In tí wàá máa rí ń bẹ̀ bíi pé single parent ni ẹ́ náà ni. Ó lè jọkùnrin, ó lè jóbìnrin. Kò sí partner kankan tí ò lè ya kóńgí. So a gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé báyọ̀ ọkùnrin nìkan ni ó máa ń mess up sí àmì. No, a ń láti mọ̀ pé bó ṣe wà ní líìkì náà ló wà ní gbàǹjà. But àwọn tó wà nínú situation yẹn, they will understand what I'm going through. So you know how it feels when you now find somebody responsible to take off this burden off you, So this is one of the benefits that you can gain from having a blended family. My sister says it's easier or more practicable when values are similar. Yes, that's why we will get to that, because ara nǹkan tó jẹ́ kó tough tó dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kí, kí divorce rate within this type of relationship go high is what you've just mentioned here. And we will get into it when we're talking about the challenges. My brother Jodesh says one of my person is going through this struggle. I would love if we can, help us along the line on the show to maybe share. You might not go into details, but just give us something, only a case study, and that might help us to, maybe expand on what we want to talk about. And you might take something away from here that you might share with your friend that will help him or her láti find the solution sọ́rọ̀ ara wọn. So if you don't mind, you can help us by, just give us a little bit of what they are going through. That will help us a lot. You might use that as a case study as we proceed in the discussion. But if you think it's too sensitive to share, or maybe the person might get to know whatever, then it's fine, But if you think it's something you can share with us to help us go deeper in the discussion, then please do so. Yes, we're talking about benefit. I've mentioned about the companionship. I've talked about sharing, the burden, responsibility of parenting. It's easier when two people come together rather than kéèyàn kan máa dàgbé kó máa dáfà, So it helps greatly. Another benefit is the financial aspect of it. As you all know, running a family is not cheap. It is expensive to run a family. Àti dábọ́ra èèyàn ó rọrùn, but tọ́mọ bá ti wọ̀ ọ́, it increases your living cost, and everything just gets expensive from there. And as these children, as they grow, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni demand and change, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo nǹkan dẹ̀ ló ń gbẹ́nu sókè sí. So where you have somebody join you to form a family, it will help create, extra income. Instead of talking about your own income alone, sole income, we can now begin to talk about household income, which obviously gives the family more cushion and more financial security. Better things can be achieved. People can have, a better standard of living when, two people pool resources together, rather than èèyàn kan ló ń dáfà, ló ń dápò, tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ mẹ́ta, tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ mẹ́rin, tẹ́mí ẹ̀ ti fẹ́ pin. Now, you can find a way to work things, between both of you and pool resources together to be able to, have a better standard of living. So that's another benefit of having a blended family. Another benefit you get from this sort of family arrangement is you now have a bigger or a larger support system. Now, this one, open sọ́nà méjì nsìn. The first one is where you have a support system of now an extended family, because ẹni tó lọ fẹ́ nísìn, òun náà lẹ́bí, wọ́n á dẹ́bí ẹ̀, ìwọ náà lẹ́bí, ẹbí tiẹ̀ náà di titi wọn. So èyí tó jẹ́ pé báyẹ̀ èèyàn kan péré lòun rí fẹjọ́ sùn all the time nísìn, àbí tó ń support ẹ̀, you have, more people now in your corner that can, offer you support. And support the support you will need might range from child care support to emotional support, even having somebody to call your own. There are some people to just pay they live off other people. They can't live on their own. They enjoy company. They have to they only function well when they're in the midst of other people. So they can't stand their own company. But when they have, ẹbí, when they have ọ̀dọ̀ kan tó lè lọ, wọ́n léèyàn kan tó lè pè, and everything like that, it makes life easier for them, and likewise that they láwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé irú ayé báyìí ni wọn ò fẹ́ rárá. They just like that solo quiet life. So but for those who enjoy the company of other people, this is a great benefit for them, because now they have a larger family to rest on, and they have more people to relate with. And the network is bigger, connection, and everything like that. Now to the children. So we have a situation whereby maybe a partner ọmọ ẹyọ kan péré ló ní, but tó bá meet ẹlòmíì tó lọ́mọ méjì, ṣe mọ̀ wípé ọmọ ẹyọ kan yẹn tó jẹ́ pé ó kàn ń gbé lonely life nísìnyí báyìí, ọmọ yẹn náà ti ní àwọn step brothers nìyẹn or step sister whatever. Ọmọ yẹn nísìnyí náà òun náà á ní àwọn olùbáṣeré, olùbásọ̀rọ̀, ara wọn tó lè pè ní titi ẹ̀ náà and stuff like that. If they are bigger or older children, it helps, because wọ́n á tẹ̀ tún lè nurture ẹ̀, guide ẹ̀ in some other things like that. And then the last point, eléyìí, ire tí mo fẹ́ mú jáde nínú ibi ni. Ire tí mo fẹ́ mú jáde nínú ibi ni. So I'm looking for a very clever way to put it. But you see, this type of blended family, bẹ́mi ṣe rí, ọmọ kò yàtọ̀ sílé olórogún bí mo ṣe rí, kò yàtọ̀ sílé olórogún. So nílé olórogún rèé, wàá gbọ́n, because you face challenges early, and you have to learn, problem solving skills from the tender age, because there are constantly, issues, there are conflicts, there's competition. Sometimes, the resources is not there to go around everybody. So you have to know how to survive. So for children in this type of setting, they grow, they mature quickly, because àwọn ìdojúkọ tí wọ́n ní ó máa jẹ́ kán tètè develop, ó máa jẹ́ kán tètè ní ability láti lè figure things out on their own. Quickly they become, they learn how to live independently. They learn quickly how to live on their own without depending on other people. Àwọn tó dàgbà jù wọ́n lọ á rẹ́ wọn jẹ, so wọ́n á mọ̀ next time how to play their game and everything like that. So it doesn't sound like a good experience anyone would want to have. But to be honest, when some of us look at the kind of childhood we had, the experience we had then, kò dáa, kò dùn sọ lẹ́nu, but it helped in building us, in building resilience in us láti lè face life. It helped us láti lè, láti lè weather some storms and some challenges that life threw at us. So if you look at it in some way, it's beneficial, right? And that is why I thought I should put it as part of the benefit that one can derive from this sort of a family arrangement. So if you know of any other benefit that I didn't mention, please put it in the comment section. I'm here also to learn. If I pick up any point there, I will share it with the rest of the house. So if there's any benefit you think I didn't mention, please just put it in the comment section. Right. So let's move to challenges now. And this is where it gets a bit tricky. This is where it gets a bit nasty. Let me put it that way. I said earlier, running a family, tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ọkọ ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ lásán ó tọ́. Ọjọ́ mi báyìí wàá dà pé kó lọ wá ògiri tó jẹ́ pé kọnkéré gidi ni, kó máa gbá orí ẹ̀ mọ́, kó máa gbá orí ẹ̀ mọ́, kó máa gbá orí ẹ̀ mọ́. That's how you feel on some days, right? Now, you are now combining your family with another strange family, because that is what I would refer to it as. This is two strange families coming together. Two strange families, different identities, different values, different upbringings, different experiences. Wọ́n ti rìn dé àárín kan, ẹ̀yin náà ti rìn dé àárín kan. Ìrìn àjò ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀, experience ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Ẹ wá dàpọ̀. Ọlọ́run bá mi o. There will be sparks. Kò yé yín? Sparks. Ojúmọ́ kan, wàhálà kan ni. Ó dà pé there used to be a show ní Nigeria, I think I've left at that time, nígbà tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe House of Commotion. Mi ò really wo, but from the name, ó sọ fún yín, ó lè sọ fún yín nǹkan tó ń go on nínú irú family yẹn. So irú ẹ̀ ní nǹkan tẹ́ ń wò yìí, irú ẹ̀ ní nǹkan tí mò ń describe yìí. House of Commotion, right? And the first challenge that will exist in this type of family unit is the different parenting styles. So, àwọn ọmọ apá bí wọ́n ti use mọ́ irú treatment báyìí. Wọ́n ń pariwo mọ́ wọn. Nǹkan tó bá wù wọ́n ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Ìgbà tó bá wù wọ́n ni wọ́n ń jí. àgọ́ tó bá wù wọ́n ni wọ́n ń sùn, tó bá jẹun tán wọn kì í fọbọ́, tó bá lo toilet tán wọn kì í flush. Ariwo ni bí àmọ́ barak. Now, this is another family that has been raised in a strict and cultured way. Everything ọmọbi tí gbogbo nǹkan láti wà. Tó bá jókòó sí orí couch gan, wọn kì í kẹ́kẹ̀ sórí couch, feet on the floor. Wọ́n á hang aṣọ wọn kì í kábọ́lẹ̀ tó bá jẹun tán. Wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ anyhow. They don't use foul language nílé ibi tán ti wá. Mo rò pé ẹ ti ń rí picture tí mò ń paint báyìí. Ẹ wá da irú ẹbí méjì pọ̀. Oh my goodness. Wọ́n ti bá mi sọ Fuji House of Commotion. Oh my goodness. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ kàn máa picture àwọn nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀. There will always be disagreement, because tẹ́lẹ̀ bá máa bá ọmọ ilé ìwé ńsìn báyìí, agbanájẹ ni. Ń pe àbá nítorí pé kò ń ṣe dádì òun ló ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ sóun bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Because in their head, ẹ má gbàgbé, wọ́n mọ bàbá wọn àbí wọ́n mọ ìyá wọn. So ilé yìí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ẹ kàn pé dádì mi ni kò ń ṣe dádì mi. So tó bá sọ nǹkan míì gbà mí, ọmọ yẹn lè à ń pa ìtumọ̀. Tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó sọ fún gan correct thing ni, but torí pé kì í ṣe bàbá ẹ̀, and torí pé kò use mọ́rú parenting style yẹn, ó máa gbòdì. Sometimes òbí ọmọ yẹn gan ló lè wà too overprotecting pé no má bá ọmọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà. No má bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Mi kì í bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. From there, problem á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣẹlẹ̀. This is what my sister referred to earlier as having shared values, right? This is a core value tí ẹ ń láti ní. And that means you have to be intentional when you are when you are matching yourself to another family. Má kàn jẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé desperation pò ti wà lonely or one companionship ló force yẹ, and you lose sight of this thing I'm talking about now. Because ó máa dá wàhálà lẹ̀. You have to ensure that the family you are matching yourself with share the same parenting values as you. Ó ti gbìyànjú gan, ó ti wo ẹni yẹn. Ó wo ẹni yẹn tán gan, ó tún wo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Ó wo sí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Wọ́n bá ti rí pé ẹ̀rọ kò jọ, má tanra ẹ̀. Pull back. Pull back. Máa dáfà, máa dágbé lọ, because àìjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wàá tún padà sí square one náà ni, and you come back even more bitter. Tẹ́ bá tún wá lọ bímọ síbẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí wá ń get complicated nísìn. So you have to ensure that you match yourself with the right family. Òun láti wò fínífíní. Culture is so key is so important in this kind of family setting. Ṣé bí mo ṣe tọ́ àwọn ọmọ mi lẹ́ni náà tọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀? Ṣé understanding wa báramu in terms of, family values? Tí ò bá ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, èèyàn mi, má torí bọ̀ o, because iná ló ń torí bọ̀ yẹn. So communication is important, especially between the two adults ni mo focus lé lórí nsìn. Àwọn ni wọ́n láti sọ̀rọ̀. You don't just bẹ́ẹ̀ kan lè jíjọ́ kankan wá pé àá ti ń bára sọ̀rọ̀ tipẹ́ ó yá máa kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀bọ̀ kí èèyàn máa kó tè. There are things you need to talk about. And you have to be clear at this stage. Kò sí pé ẹ̀ ń wà ambiguous nínú nǹkan kan. Sorry, kò sí pé ẹ̀ ń wà vague nínú kí. You have to be very explicit. Your expectation must be clearly communicated. And you must see that, yes, tá bá dàpọ̀ o, a máa blend. Mo lọ ṣe pè ní blended family. A máa blend. Tí ẹ pa àwọn ará àta gan ò ní mọ̀ pé àwọn yàtọ̀ nínú ilé yẹn. Everything máa bára mu. But tí ò bá ti sí blending nínú parenting style yín gan, kò ní work. So that is one of the challenges that will normally occur in this type of family situation. And secondly, like I said earlier, this type of family setting, to me, personal opinion tèmi lèmi ń sọ ń sìn o, kò yàtọ̀ sílé olórogún, polygamous home. Because kí ló jẹ́ ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé one thing tó stand out nílé olórogún òun ni conflict and competition. Ó wà. It's like a major characteristic of a polygamous home. And likewise, you find it here. There will be competition among these children in gaining attention. There will be competition among the parents in preferential treatment. Ajá àkọ́kọ́ fọ́mọ tiẹ̀ lọ́mú náà ni. Wọ́n ní tíná bá ń jó ni tó ń jó ọmọ ẹni tara ẹni là kọ́kọ́ gbọ̀n. There will be situations within this family setting where you have to make decisions between ọmọ tiẹ̀ àtọmọ partner ẹ̀. Àwọn ọjọ́ ogun rèé. How do you in situations like that, how do you say tí ẹ mọ̀ bí màá ṣe sọ. How do ọmọ gan máa wò báyìí pé so dad you would say you won't attend to me first? Ọmọ gan máa wò ẹ́ báyìí pé are you really serious now? So and this is just one aspect of it. There are situations tó jẹ́ pé owó tó wà nílẹ̀ kò tó gbọ́ ìṣòro everybody. So títa ni ká ṣe, títa ni ká má ṣe. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on because èèyàn ní gbogbo wa. Ẹ má jà tanra wa. Èèyàn ni wá. And kò sẹ́ni tó máa fún lọ́kọ́ tí ò ní roko sọ́dọ̀ ara ẹ̀. So you want to look after your own interest. So when there are situations, you know, where as a parent you find yourself, you know, in a situation where you need to divide your attention, you know, between your own children and the children of another partner. What do you do? What do you do? And this is where, you know, the more conversation you have at the beginning of this relationship, the better you can build a solid family unit. Ó ṣì máa ní wàhálà o, ẹ má jẹ́ n tàn yín, ó ṣì máa ní, but ẹ ti máa highlight àwọn issue ní kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ẹ dẹ̀ ti máa jọ ní, you know, an agreed resolution. Okay, tí nǹkan báyìí bá ṣẹlẹ̀, this is what we will do in this situation. Many couples tó bára wọn nínú blended, you know, relationship, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí. Wọ́n ṣe, wọ́n láròjinlẹ̀, wọ́n rò. They just want companionship. They just want somebody to ease them, you know, of the burden. And wọ́n kàn dẹ̀ dá gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀ ni. Wọ́n dá àárín tán lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí pé ọmọ wàhálà dé o. Ẹ bá ń ra yín lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, ìwà yẹn yàtọ̀. Tẹ́ bá ti bọ́ sábẹ́ òrùlé kan náà, ìgbà yẹn gan lẹ máa mọ̀ pé ogun lẹ wọ̀. When you guys are separate, you know, it's ẹ ríra yín tán. Ẹ ríra yín tán. But the moment you come together, ìgbà yẹn lẹ máa tó mọ̀ pé yes, problem dey. You know? There's some comment here. My brother says dysfunctional family with a high frequency of cognitive dissonance. Yes, it's a form of dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional in the sense that, you know, when the two families are not properly matched, you know, where there are sharp differences in parenting, where they don't share the same cultural values, yes, it will become a dysfunctional family, you know, and nothing will go right in that family setting. Then my brother says, Tosin says, core ingredient of a polygamous home is conflict, unhealthy competition. Yes, which you will find also in this, you know, family system. And that's why the divorce rate is high. 70% of a blended family end up in divorce. That's what the statistics says. Merelu says, I think it's better to just stay on your lane with your kids, if you have any. I prefer a relationship where there's no formalities or legalization. It's easier that way. Too much complication. Yes, you are right. But like I said earlier, benefit. Why do some people go into this type of relationship? Can call list here. You know, but tabati one day àwọn nǹkan tó wà nú ẹ̀ sìn, then you begin to see pé okay, ṣé wọ̀ tẹ̀, ṣé kò wọ̀ tẹ̀. And that's why I said this discussion is for three categories of people. Those who are already in it, they can gain something on, you know, how to improve the relationship, or àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n wà nínú ẹ̀ wọ́n face challenges, they can trace where the problem is and find a fix. 2, àwọn tó ń contemplate àti wọnú relationship yẹn, the discussion tonight will help them to think twice, or to have clarity on what they're getting themselves into and prepare themselves better, or match themselves properly to a family unit that will work. And then thirdly, for neutrals, to just have an understanding and have an insight. Kọ̀rọ̀ ayé kan tún wà, àwọn kan tún ń gbé báyìí ṣá. Oh wow. So nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ rè. So òye kan á tún yí àwọn yẹn náà. So ibi tá a bá dé ìgánsìn, ó tiẹ̀ ti sú ẹ̀yin ọ̀rẹ́ díẹ̀ tí mo bá ń pè ó bọ́ wàhálà ilé ìfẹ́ pọ̀ jù kó ká kú wà ní level ẹ̀. It's true, but that is what is going on. For example, nínú ilé tèmi ń sìn, I have kids who are interested in sport. Different days of the week ló ń ṣe. After school club mi gan mo láti yarí mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ pé ó ṣe. Wọ́n á ní pé dáàdì kinní kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ kinní kankan, màá kàn rìn kọjá wá gbọ́n bí pé mi gbọ́ ni, because ó dẹ̀ pé mi gan ò fẹ́ normal mọ́. Ìkan wà tó jẹ́ pé 3 days nìkan lòun nìkan dágbà lọ́wọ́ mi nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ kan, 3 days fún activity títí ẹ̀. And there are 2 other ones as well tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gan náà need the same thing. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ deprive ọmọ kan fún kan. Now imagine nísìn wípé ẹ wá dá ọmọ pọ̀. Ẹ jọ ọmọ ẹ̀ wo lẹ fẹ́ attend sí, èwo lẹ ní attend sí. Okay, nínú family yín ó ṣe é gbọ́, wọ́n understand. Tó bá sọ pé okay, you wait, we will sort you out too. We will find the right time for you that can work. So nǹkan tẹ́yìn máa ń fẹ́ ni pé mo máa ń fẹ́ commit, mo máa ń fẹ́ dúró dìgbà tí mo lè commit, tó mi fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan kí n tó stop ẹ̀. So I rather take my time, shovel things around and see that yes, I can make this thing work. Ju wípé oh okay, you want to go, yeah, let's start. Ká wá bẹ̀rẹ̀, kó wá máa di today, not tomorrow, not tomorrow, not today. Mi ì fẹ́ rù nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. I take my time to commit myself to something. Tí bá dẹ̀ ti ní pé commitment level yẹn ò tí ì yọ, kò yọ nìyẹn, màá ní kò ní sùúrù. Now, ìyẹn wà understandable nínú family yẹn. When you now join yourself with, another family, lè focus lórí ọmọ tiẹ̀ nìkan náà. Because ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ ti di family kan. You have to split the time. You have to split your time with ọmọ yẹn náà. You must have activities together. Because ẹ ti di family kan. So from there, èmi ò rí ibi tí wàhálà ò ti ní ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Èmi ò rí ibi tí preferential treatment kò ti ní máa yọjú. Èmi ò rí ibi tí wọ́n ti ní máa fi ọmọ kan kẹ́kan o. And from there, hatred á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa wà láàrin àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Competition la ló wà tẹ́lẹ̀, á wá di conflict. Ganging up, á wá máa wà within that family unit. Àwọn ọmọ ilé ò ní bá wọn yẹn ṣe. Àbáyẹn ilé àgbìmọ̀pọ̀ láti fìyà jẹ yẹn. Different things á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé yẹn. So, how do you handle that? These are some of the challenges you find nínú this sort of, family setup. Now, another critical issue that people don't really focus on when they are moving from one relationship to another ni wípé many people don't heal before they start another relationship. Many people have not emotionally disconnected themselves from the previous relationship before moving into another one. Many people have not found closure on what happened to them in their previous relationship before jumping into another one. In fact, some tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lose partner wọn ni wọ́n ṣe di single. Wọn ò tí complete the grieving process kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ relationship mi. There will be problem. Relationship yẹn ò ní last. The new one will not last. It will not last. It is important. And this does not relate to blending family alone. No. If you are coming from one relationship, before you go into another one, you must heal. You must completely detach yourself emotionally and physically from that previous one. You must end it and find closure before you start another one. You mustn't rush into a new one. Ọjọ́ tí ń lọ, ọjọ́ sí lọ́jọ́ ń tètè wọnú ibòmíì, ayé Báyọ̀ ò ní dà. Ó wá bọ́ sọ́wọ́ Táyọ̀. Ó wá ń fìkanra Báyọ̀ mọ́ Táyọ̀. Òun ṣọ́ torí pé èèyàn cheat eléyìí sìn, òun ṣọ́ lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Ó ṣàǹfààní ní òun choke ẹ̀. Because you haven't healed from that other one. You haven't found closure. You haven't really, gone through the entire process and see what actually happened. Lesson ló yẹ kó mú kúrò nù yẹn, but bitterness inú ẹ̀ ló mú kúrò. Ìkanra inú ẹ̀ ló mú kúrò. O ò lè mú àwọn ingredient tí mo dárúkọ ẹ̀ dání nínú wọnú new relationship kó succeed inú ẹ̀. It's impossible. The only thing you need to take along with you is just the lesson. Àpá yẹn nìkan ló máa mú dání, egbò yẹn á ti san. Egbò yẹn ò bá ti san, má lọ ṣeré pa o. Because wọ́n á kàn léjú egbò yẹn, wọ́n á dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kanra. But tójú egbò yẹn bá ti san, kán tiẹ̀ bá ẹ ṣeré kán kanjú egbò yẹn gan, wàá kàn rẹ́rìn ni. You won't take it to mean anything. Because you have completely healed and you've moved on. No more pain, no more anger, no more bottled up aggression, nothing. You are completely free. Ẹ̀dá tuntun ló wọnú ní relationship yẹn. And in this blended family unit, we have partners coming together when they have not completely healed from their previous relationship. Àwọn míì gan ò tí complete divorce proceedings wọn. Tán ti lọ da ẹbí pọ̀ mọ́ ẹbí mi. Ẹlòmíì emotionally ó sì wà hurt. So comfort ló ń wá. Comfort yẹn ló ń wá nínú ẹlòmíì. Tó fi lọ join ara ẹ̀ mẹ́lòmíì. No, ẹni yẹn kọ́ ló máa fún ẹ comfort o, ìwọ ló máa wá comfort fúnra ẹ̀. You must not allow your happiness to depend on somebody else. You must not put that your responsibility of finding happiness on somebody else. Ìyẹn kankan ò lè dùn ẹ́ nínú o. Ìwọ fúnra ara ẹ nìkan ló lè dùnra ẹ nínú. It's you that can create your own happiness. It's wrong to put that task in the hand of somebody else. So òun láti ti parí stage kan, done, dusted, chapter closed, everything, fresh start ló máa gbé wọ new one, but wàá mú experience dání pé mo ṣe àwọn nǹkan báyìí nínú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni nǹkan báyìí fi ṣẹlẹ̀. It's not all about blaming other people. I used to say anything that happens to you in life, leave other people. Even kò rí páwọn other people yẹn gan ló kọ̀ sí ẹnu life ẹ̀, ìwọ ni kò focus lórí life ẹ̀ torí ayé ẹ̀ là ń sọ ń sìn. Look at yourself. How did I contribute to this? Where did I take my eyes off the ball? Where didn't I do due diligence? Níbo lèmi gan ti sabotage ara mi? Where did I collude with this person? Tó fi ṣerú nǹkan báyìí fún mi. Bó ṣe yẹ kó assess the situation yẹn. Not just stand and blame other people. Oh, ní rí nǹkan kan. Gbogbo èèyàn ló máa rò pọ́n ń ṣe kà fún wọn dọ́ta ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe everything. Ìwọ gan jókòó kó wò ó. Báwo ni ìrìn àjò yẹn ṣe rí? Tó fi rí báyìí. How did we get here? From there ni wàá ti lóye àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó o ṣe better. From there wàá ti lóye àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó o focus sí as you go forward. You must always hold yourself accountable for everything that happens to your life. Don't point finger at other people. The check must start from self. Leave them. Wọ́n ti ṣe nǹkan tó ń ṣe, but how? Tí ò bá sí olè inú ilé, kò easy fún tìta láti jà. Olè àdúgbò ló ń jà tó ń jẹ lọ. But tó lè outsider bá wá tó jà ládùúgbò tó dẹ̀ lọ easily, then ó ti rí èèyàn within that community tó fún ní gbogbo àwọn ìrìn àjò tó kọ́ ní gbogbo terrain yẹn ni. So likewise, if people manage to do something to you, then you need to check yourself first. Báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀? Àwọn nǹkan wo ni mi ò put right? Kí ni mi ò check nínú ẹni? Àwọn ìwà wo mi mo ní láti improve on? These are the things you will take with you as you journey ahead. So when you have not completed the grieving process, when you have not healed from the hurt of the last relationship, and you are blending yourself with another family, wàá kàn máa kanra ní bó ṣe ń kanra mọ́ partner yẹn ló ń kanra mọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan ṣe tó máa dá lójú ẹ because èèyàn kan ṣẹ̀ ẹ́, o ò rẹ́san gbà, o wá wò ó pé o máa gbà lára àwọn ẹlòmíì. Inú ilé yẹn ò ní tòrò. Inú ilé yẹn ò ní tòrò. And it is the same with the children. I assist in a club where I coach, and má kàn rọ́mọ mi. A kàn hùwà mí báyìí, máa wà báyìí. Àwọn ọmọ yìí they are too young to láti máa fa nǹkan, so kí n problem àwọn ọmọ yìí gan. Èmi I can just had burst of anger. Some of them are just rebellious. And some of them ọ̀rọ̀ mi lẹ́kàn máa ẹ̀kàn correct wọn lásán, wọ́n á kàn bù sẹ́kún. So as I get to, know a bit more about some of this, kì í ṣe gbogbo wọn o, just, a handful of them. Mo rí wípé, ilé ni problem wà. Some of these kids are not either with their biological father or their biological mom. So step parent ni wọ́n ní. And sometimes it hurts some of these kids láti rí, ọmọ míì tí bàbá ẹ̀ mú wá tó dúró fún training àbí tó dúró fún game, torí nǹkan tọ́mọ yẹn play tó pàtẹ́wọ́ fún un, tó parí game tó hug ẹ̀ tó mú lọlé. It hurts some of these kids seeing that. Dájì tòun dà. Dájì tòun dà. So you have this, outburst of anger. It's their emotions. Nǹkan tó ń deal pẹ̀lú ni. They're struggling with the fact that, they don't have this person there. They don't have their mommy there, or they don't have their daddy there. And they would love, to have both of them together. And that's why, we've said this severally on the show. When you two adults are having issues, ẹ máa rò ó bó ṣe máa affect àwọn ọmọ yìí o. Ẹ máa rò ó bó ṣe máa affect wọn o. Ẹ̀yin ti bá life yín débi kan, ẹ lè handle ara yín. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ yìí, whatever you do, it will affect them. So bó bá ṣe wù kẹ́ jà tó bá ti dọ̀rọ̀ wọn, be sensible. Ẹ má pilẹ̀ ogun sínú ayé wọn because of your own selfishness. Help them to have life easy. And what do I mean by that? Sherry, between age 10, between age 11 to 17, or critical in the development of more. This is when they are going through a whole lot of emotions. This is when, their hormones are raging. This is when they are developing. Mood swing. They are facing pressure in school. You don't bully one bully. You don't try to match up pẹ̀lú àwọn mate around the one bed. They don't understand life. They are seeing so many horrible things happening around them and so many unanswered questions. This is the time they need guidance most. When their bodies are changing. Ǹjẹ́ o wà ńbẹ̀ as ìyá láti lè tọ́ ọmọ yẹn? Pé báyìí láì ṣe, báyìí láì ṣe, báyìí láì ṣe. Ìwọ bàbá náà ńkọ́? Ṣé time tó rò pé ó yẹ kó ṣòṣì nìyẹn? Now wọ́n á palẹ̀ irú àwọn ọmọ yìí. Wọ́n palẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wọn kó lọ sínú family mi. There will be problem. There will be tension. From there, wọ́n ní guidance tó need láti lè grow into a balanced young adult. Age yẹn critical tó jẹ́ wípé you have to feed them, with the right stuff. You have to guide them through life. Ẹ láti ṣẹ́rí time tí wọ́n fi compass direction ayé tí wọ́n set sínú ayé ọmọ nìyẹn. Because after that, wọ́n máa wọnú ayé lọ fún ara wọn. nínú ayé wá sọnù ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ tó ń fi kọ́ńpásì yẹn sínú ọkàn ẹ̀ tó ń fi kọ́ńpásì yẹn sínú ayé ẹ̀ á ríra ẹ̀ yí padà bó ti wù kó sọnù tó ọmọ yẹn á ríra ẹ̀ yí padà. This is not the time to be absent in the life of a kid. So now ẹ wá imagine àwọn tó jẹ́ pé píríọ̀dù tí wọ́n wà rí tó fi wọnú family mi. You need, as a parent, you need extra grace to be able to understand and manage these children in this circumstance. Because easily last way, àmà gbọ́ wá ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ò lè payá oníyà o. Èmi kọ́ ọmọ lé ìyá ẹ̀ lọ. So má wà máa bá mi sọ nonsense kan ò lè máa bó bá ṣe wù ẹ́ kó ṣe sórí burúkú. Èdè tó máa pè nìyẹn. Èdè tó máa pè nìyẹn. Because you cannot bear to invest more than necessary. Torí kì í ṣọmọ ẹ̀. Wọ́n á ṣe nǹkan míì wàá máa gbọ́ ọmọ tó ní bàbá òun ro àmàlà ó ní kókó. Ìtàn bí ìyá ẹ̀ ṣe kúrò nílé ló fẹ́ gbọ́. So àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa mórí wọn wálẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú ni wọ́n á tún wá máa gbọ́. And before you know it, àwọn ọmọ yẹn á kàn ya nǹkan míì kalẹ̀ ni. Òun lè rí àwọn ọmọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tí wọ́n join gang yẹn. Because they are trying to find a fit. They are trying to find where they are better understood. They are trying to find, a clique tó share similarity pẹ̀lú àwọn. And that's why you see a gang will always involve kids that have similar stories and values, mostly from dysfunctional home, like my brother said it. Àwọn yìí náà ni àwọn tó máa ń lo àwọn ọmọ as drug mules ló máa ń specifically target. Because when I was living in Southeast, mo rí gbogbo lifestyle yìí tán pátápátá. When they go to schools, torí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ti máa ń ṣàwọn. They are specific. Àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n máa ń mú. They profile àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n máa ń mú tó máa ń recruit pé kó wá máa bá wọn ta ọjà. From the look, ọmọ tó ń múra dáadáa jáde nílé tó ń look proper, wọ́n mọ̀ pé eléyìí ti lé tí ojú wà lára ẹ̀ ó ti bẹ̀ jáde. Ṣùgbọ́n tó jẹ́ wípé ó kọ́kọ́ ti wọ track suit bíi 3 sábẹ́ kó tó wá wọ ṣòkòtò school lé. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ fà á lẹ̀ ní léyà kọ̀ọ̀kan tó jẹ́ pé ìkankan ò dúró díẹ̀. Blazer ẹ̀ style kó wọ̀ ọ́ sausage ká ni. I mean, from his look, ẹ máa mọ̀ pé eléyìí ò lóbì. Tó bá lóbì gan-an wọ́n sí nílé. So wọ́n á watch ọmọ yẹn. Ó parí school gan, wọ́n rí pé kò kọrí sílé, ó ń hang around pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn àwọn àgbà. Ọmọ eléyìí kò ní attention. From there, wọ́n á súnmọ́. Wọ́n á fowó entice ẹ̀. Wọ́n á flash ẹ̀ láwọn nǹkan. Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ ti ń gbé àwọn nǹkan yẹn. nǹkan táwọn big boy wọ̀ ń gbòòrò nìyẹn. Dẹ̀ máa ránṣẹ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ deliver iṣẹ́ yẹn owó ẹ̀ kan tó máa fún báyìí ó ju sálárì big money. From there easily ló máa sọ́npọ̀n ready àti blending. Àwọn kan tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowó yẹn ṣe làwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ náà rí wọn bàbá ìpè ọ̀gbẹ́ni kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ já wa sí torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn nǹkan tó ń wọ̀ ìwọ̀n Louis Vuitton trainer £3,000 and it's original. A mú wọn lọ́dọ̀ dílà ẹ̀. This is how they recruit them. Ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ tó jú wà lára ẹ̀, ọmọ tó bímọ lílọ àti bíbọ̀ ẹ̀, ọmọ tí wọ́n fún ní attention, kì í sọnù bẹ́yẹn. Tírú ọmọ bẹ́yẹn bá tiẹ̀ tàsé àgẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fẹ́ máa bí àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan tó fẹ́ máa rin àwọn ọ̀rìn kan, as a parent you will pick it up. Kọ̀lù á mọ̀ pé ọmọ yìí ń struggle pẹ̀lú nǹkan kan and you will be able to probe further tí wàá dẹ̀ fi rí pé nǹkan tọ́mọ yìí ń ṣe rè, wàá dẹ̀ lè tètè ṣe àwọn necessary adjustment. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú irú family setting yìí irú ẹ̀ kì í fi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ because ó ti di kọ́lọ́múdọ́mù ìyá ẹ̀ gbé ni o. Kọ́lọ́múdọ́mù ìyá ẹ̀ gbé ni. So this is another serious issue within this family unit. I want to round up the challenges section by mentioning this one as well. There are units, there are family set up where for example, let me put it more practically. So ọkùnrin tó wá ń sìn ó dà pé ó ti ní property, ó ti láwọn nǹkan kan tó ti tó ti ní. Now ó join ní family ẹ̀ pọ̀ mọ́ another woman tó kọ́ ọmọ wá láti ibòmíì. Now sometime within this blended family there are expectations ní kí n pè ní àbí entitlement. So where there are no proper discussions láti ilẹ̀, woman yẹn lè máa expect nísìnyí wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí màá yẹn ní àwọn ọmọ òun náà ni. Máa dẹ̀ máa wò báyìí pé ṣé ò ṣí èrè, máa ṣe kó àwọn nǹkan ní mi fún àwọn ọmọ bàbá mi. No, nǹkan tèmi àwọn ọmọ mi ló ní. Tó bá ń wá property o, kí bàbá wọn kó fún wọn property. My property, my whatever, they are only for my children. Irú bẹ̀ yẹn ń sìn, ṣe ti rí pé ìyapa ti wọ̀, ó lè di wàhálà. Wípé no, we are now one family. So gbogbo àwọn ogún tó ní, àwọn ọmọ yìí, àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà ni. because àdéhùn wa nìyẹn that we are a family now. So o kàn lè pín ilé yẹn fáwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ nìkan, o ní láti fáwọn ọmọ tèmi náà. In that situation, what do you do? I'm putting this question to you now, my listeners. What do you do? Because ẹ ti omit irú discussion yìí níbẹ̀rẹ̀, either deliberately or just error of omission, or ẹ̀ẹ̀kan rò pé báyà ó matter àbí ẹ̀ẹ̀kan rò pé irú ẹni yẹn kàn tiẹ̀ máa come up with irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So ọ̀dọ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀, what do you now do? And the person is insisting pé no, a ti di one family o. So kàn lè lo kó kinní ẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ nìkan, àwọn ọmọ mi náà, àwọn náà láti benefit from it. Eventually, in tó máa pín family yẹn nìyẹn. So this is what will lead me to suggestions on, how to better work with a blended family. And I will start from, talking about planning. Okay, let me see some questions. Okay, some kini one view. There's some comment here. I encourage all of us to decrypt the level TG Ogbuwalo, my people. I'm saying this from place of humility and love for humanity. Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Then my brother says, in such a situation, applying the principle of incident response. Please, you have to explain that to me. Yemi, what do you mean by applying the principle of incident response? Please help us explain it in the comment section. I'll come back to read that. Right. So planning is the most important thing I'll talk about when you are building, this sort of family, when you want to blend a family. Planning is critical. And when you are planning, you must match your family with the right family. That is what my sister meant when she said there must be shared values. There must be shared values. When also planning, you must consider all the children that will be involved in the family. Kini level of demand ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, financially, emotionally, tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ mi ní spiritual problem náà, FEC. Time wo ló fẹ́ demand, because àwọn ọmọ máa wà ní different stages of development. A ní family mi tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n láwọn ọmọ tó wà, challenged. maybe autism or, whatever other conditions. They need special care. You must not take your eyes off the needs of these children and focus on their mommy alone. Àdùkẹ́ bá gorí mi báyìí, ó máa dàbí pé kí ẹ̀mí bọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́nu mi ni. My brother, ìyẹn nìkan kọ́ ló ń torí ẹ̀ wọnú relationship yẹn lọ. Pé Àdùkẹ́ ń gorí ẹ̀ ó ń lo ẹ̀ bí ọlọ, ìyẹn nìkan kọ́ ló ń torí ẹ̀ wọnú relationship yẹn lọ. Ọmọ Àdùkẹ́ kan wà autistic. Ó dẹ̀ máa need the support yẹn. Ó máa need the involvement yẹn. Ó máa need the commitment yẹn. Kò gbọ́dọ̀ débẹ̀ yẹn kó wá yẹrí, kò gbọ́dọ̀ débẹ̀ yẹn kó fà sẹ́yìn, kò gbọ́dọ̀ débẹ̀ yẹn kó máa lọ tìkọ̀tìkọ̀. So you must consider everyone involved. And you must be able to make up your mind. Kó tó wọ̀, am I up for the task? Otherwise, just like Erelu said, just stay on your own. O rò pé o ní problem ní tẹ́lẹ̀, o ò tí ì ní problem rárá, ó dìgbà tẹ́ bá dá ọmọ pọ̀ kó tó mọ̀ pé o ní wàhálà. Like I always joke, a máa ń rò pa ìṣòro tiwa ló pọ̀ jù. Mo ní so tó bá wá pè pàdé, kọ́ ló ń pè pàdé pé ó yá gbogbo yín ẹ pàdé ní gbàgede ń bì, kó ká kó máa gbé ìṣòro ẹ̀ bọ̀. Ìwọ ti tètè débẹ̀, ká wá dájọ́, òun fẹ́ tún pín. Ìwọ ti tètè débẹ̀, o ti ń jókòó. Tèmi ló pọ̀ jù. Gbà tó bá rí ẹlòmíì tó ń ru ìṣòro bọ̀, tí ìṣòro ti fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wọlẹ̀ lọ báyìí, wò kíákíá ni wàá gbé ìṣòro tiẹ̀ wá sọ fọ́lọ́run pé you know what? Ẹ sà, ẹ jẹ́ ká kù handle tiẹ̀. Mo wà okay pẹ̀lú ohun tí mo ní. Mo wà okay pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo ní. So sometimes when you are single and you're on your own, tó ń wò pé nǹkan tó ń dí pẹ̀lú ó pọ̀. So torí ẹ̀ òun wá companion, torí ẹ̀ òun wá ẹlòmíì tó lè, kẹjọ dá nǹkan pọ̀ and everything like that, and tó o dẹ̀ consider gbogbo nǹkan tó lè wà involved when you go into such a union. Tó bá wọ̀ tán wàá bira ẹ pé kí ló ṣe yìí? And that is why it's important to critically check everything that is involved. You have to sit down, both of you together, and map out everything that will be required of the new family you want to set up. Tẹ́ bá ti wá rí wípé ọmọ kíní máa tough, because ó lè jẹ́ pé ẹni tó fẹ́ join pọ̀ financial need tí wọ́n ju tiẹ̀ lọ. Boy, jẹ́ n rọra wà lórí ọwọ́ mi o, because wàá rẹ́ lòmíì before kó tó meet ẹ̀ kí nǹkan tó dàrú fún wọn tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ ti wà ní private school. Ó meet ẹ̀ ń sìn, ó sì insist pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò ní change school. So that means pé gbogbo owó tẹ́ bá dà pọ̀ nísìn, inú ẹ̀ náà lẹ ti máa yọ láti máa fi rán àwọn ọmọ yẹn lọ school. O ní láti tanra ẹ̀ o. Tó bá ti bí wípé madam ṣáà ọmọ yẹn máa change school, tó bá ti ní wọn change school because private school ló fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ ń lọ and they are this, they are that, ọ̀rọ̀ àjíwọ́ sí ń pọ́ lọ́wọ́ á ṣẹ̀mí lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. tó bá fìtìjú kárùn toró ti gbọ́ṣẹ́ ìwò dẹ̀ rí pé ọmọ ó débẹ̀ tán ni tó wá torí ìyẹn wọ̀ my brother ẹ̀mí á pin o ẹ̀mí á pin. So another thing that I need for advice that you do when blending a family is to take it gradual, to blend the family gradually. Don't be in a hurry to impose yourself in the life of the children of your partner. Don't force the relationship. Take time to know them. Take time to form, the union in a natural way. Let the relationship develop naturally. Ẹ wà lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ for as long as possible. And organize maybe day outs together where both families will go out together, rather than kíákíá kẹ́ ti sáré máa gbé pọ̀. Travel together, undertake adventures together, eat out together, then kó kálukú dẹ̀ tún gbalé ẹ̀ lọ. By doing this, over time, ẹ máa rí báyà nǹkan gel àbí kò gel. Àmọ́ yẹn naturally fúnra wọn ẹ máa rí bọ́n ṣe ń fọ́ọ̀mù natural bond tó ń bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń ṣeré tó ń ṣe gbá. Then in their separate homes wọ́n á pera wọn wọ́n á sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n á ṣe everything like that. Then tó bá yá ẹ lè máa ṣe weekend here weekend there, díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó tó wá di wípé ẹ ṣẹ̀ máa wá discuss bóyá ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé pọ̀. So tẹ bá jẹ́ kó lọ gradually bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, that would help to ease out tension, conflict, competition between these children. Understanding máa wà formed in a natural way. So don't rush things. Take your time. It might take years. What you want to achieve at the end of the day is a perfect bond. So how long it will take, you don't have to rush it. Otherwise, you rush in and you rush out. Right. My office is that if any advice it can be, let me read it. In such situation, since it was not previously discussed, each partner and his or her kids are 100% entitled to whatever asset they have acquired before the union. Now, moving forward, two of them need to work on acquiring joint assets for their new family. In case theory, one person bá wá gbálẹ̀ kó ní kálukú tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ̀, ojú kòkòrò ní entitlement sí property oní property. Thank you very much. I agree with what you have said. I 100% agree to what you have said. But personally, mi tiẹ̀ ní expecting pé kíru madam yẹn kó múrú àbá yẹn wá. Because ẹni tí ní àwọn nǹkan yẹn kẹ́ tó papọ̀. So yẹ kó learn láti mójú ẹ̀ kúrò ní nǹkan tóun fún ara ẹ̀ bá wá sọ pé mo fẹ́ fáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ní nǹkan báyìí. Oh well and good. ó yẹ kó kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ pé a ṣe fáwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà òun ló dẹ̀ ti ní àwọn kíní ẹ̀kẹ́ tó wà tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tẹ́ méjèèjì wá jọ wá acquire pọ̀ ni o ẹ lè wà ní sharing formula. So I 100% agree with you. Then my brother says managing partnership can be challenging, but by applying the incident response life cycle, we can effectively mitigate issues and maintain long-term success. Start by preparing and defining roles and responsibility. Then watch out for any potential issues. If any issue arises, analyze its impact and take immediate steps to contain and eradicate it. Once resolved, recover fully and conduct a thorough review to identify areas for improvement. By following these steps, we can ensure the success of so I understand what you're saying, and what you are saying in an advanced form is what my sister said in a lay term. That is, before challenges come up, Oyeketi were proactive to sit down and assess issues and then put, resolutions in place ahead of time. Okay, think about and then along the line, then sit down and come up with, a clear and agreeable solution. And then to work, make it a template that you can use going forward. So thank you very much for those contributions. Yes, so I've mentioned, two things that you can do to help build a very good blended family, which is to match your family with another family that shares the same values as yours. Second thing is for you to take this blending gradually and let this union be formed in a natural way. Don't rush things. Plan day out, let these kids mingle there. And another thing you need to do from the start is that you need to discuss your parenting style with your partner. It's important to have one, style of parenting lábẹ́ òrùlé kan, because kò dáa nínú ilé kan kí partner kan dàbí devil kí kan dàbí angel. Òbí gbọ́dọ̀ máa panupọ̀ bá ọmọ wí ni, nǹkan tó máa bá lẹ́nu eléyìí ló máa bá lẹ́nu yẹn. So kì í yẹ pé mo wá ń bá àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀wí ìsìn wá ń sọ pé àṣẹ nítorí pé kì í ṣèwọ ló bí wọn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ó ti yọ mí kúrò ní life wọn, because I would not even want to get involved in whatever happens to them any longer for you to have, come to that conclusion. Mi ò ní dá sí wọn mọ́. And it's even bad tó yẹ pé òbí mi máa sọ orú ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gan ní ṣojú àwọn ọmọ yẹn. By doing that, ó ti disrespect me pátápátá lójú àwọn ọmọ yẹn nìyẹn. Tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti dọ̀gá mi, kò sí nǹkan tí mo lè sọ tó máa work mọ́. Tó bá sọ lẹ́yìn mi gan, ó dín involvement mi kù. Ó tiẹ̀ wá sọ ń ṣojú wọn, ọmọ ó tiẹ̀ ti bà nǹkan jẹ́ pátápátá. So it's important that you guys have, this discussion. Kẹ̀tì ẹ̀ tó di wípé ẹ fẹ́ dá ọmọ pọ̀. You need to have an understanding of how you intend to parent the children. Àwọn nǹkan báyìí láà máa ń ṣe ibi tí mo ti ń bọ̀, báyìí mo ṣe máa ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀, okay, báyìí lèmi ṣe máa ń ṣe o, okay. Style wo ni ká mú nínú méjèèjì? So where you need to make compromises, where you need to make adjustments, you need to do it before you start living together. So individually gan, ẹ ti máa practice his style of parenting yẹn. nígbà tẹ́ wà lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ so that by the time tẹ́ bá wá darapọ̀ sábẹ́ ilé kan yes kò ní wà strange mọ́ because in táwọn yẹn use mọ́ òun náà làwọn eléyìí use mọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ rí pò náà ni àwọn ń bá lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin méjèèjì. That is what will help ease tension and conflict within the family. And then coming to this particular issue that I raised, which my two brother and sister here helped me to answer, is that look, each partner láti do away with expectations and entitlement. You see, marriage on its own is an empty basket. That's marriage. Kò sí nǹkan kan nínú ẹ̀. Whatever you want to take out of that basket, ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa deposit ẹ̀ sínú ẹ̀. So you want love, you put it inside. You want money, you put it inside. You want time, you put it inside. You want commitment, you put it inside. What you put inside that basket is what you can take out of it. You don't put anything in, you don't get anything back. So it's the same thing when you are coming into a blended family. You must do away with lofty expectations and entitlement feelings or whatever thing like that. And just be ready to commit. Be ready to put in the work. Be ready to give your all. Láì wo pé tèmi rèé àbí tí ẹ nìyẹn. Tó bá ní àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ti ní tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ jọ sọ going forward ó dàbí ìgbà tí a public servant bá fẹ́ take office ni wọ́n máa ń pè nǹkan ní declaration of asset. So wọ́n á kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ mọ kí ló máa wà àti kí ló máa bá lọ. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ báwọn tí wá ṣe máa ń ṣe. Ní tí wọ́n fẹ́ jí wọ́n ti máa pè páwọn wọ́ọ̀tì ẹ̀ sọ ẹlòmíà lóun wọ́ọ̀tì 1 trillion. So ó ti ṣí tó máa jí mọ́. So by the time tó bá dé pé ó ń lọ tẹ wá wò wáyé pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni lówó tó báyìí kó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà á sọ pé ẹ lọ wo asset mi tó ń declare náà. So mi ò sọrú asset declaration gbájú ẹ̀yẹn o, mi ì sọ yẹn. I'm talking of, honest declaration of asset. Nǹkan tí mo ní rèé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló dẹ̀ wà fún. Tó bá yẹ pé máa make kí ni wọ́n máa ń pè agreement, ẹ make ẹ o because ó ń déwájú ó ń dẹjọ́. O lè dákẹ́ lọ́la ń sìn. Gentleman agreement lẹ́ni ẹ kàn fóun fi sọ̀rọ̀ ni. O sì ń bẹ̀ mọ́ láti lè jà fáwọn ọmọ ẹ o. Wọ́n á yí nǹkan dààmú ẹ lọ́wọ́ o. Even àrí àwọn olówó tó jẹ́ pé they make their partners to sign what they call prenuptial agreement. Ń pé tá bá break up o ní ló fẹ́ gba 50% ti property mi àbò fẹ́ gba 50% ti nǹkan tí mo ní o. Sign this before we start relationship. Á dẹ̀ sign yẹn. So tẹ bá gbọ́n pé divorce dé nǹkan kan mẹ́yẹn ó gbé lọ court ọ̀kan mẹ́yẹn paper yẹn ló máa tender. Court bá dẹ̀ ti rí yẹn wọ́n á sọ fún máa lọ láyé àtàlàfíà ò ní nǹkan kan gbà nú bí. So àwọn olówó yẹn most of them they make their partner sign such agreement because wọ́n mọ̀ pé lòmíì nǹkan tó gbé wá nìyẹn. We have some women who are billionaires today but they've never had a job. They've never worked in a place. They became billionaire just by divorce. And me to divorce lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe ń divorce yẹn ni wọ́n ń bu ogún ẹni yẹn wọ́n ń bù sí méjì. Wọ́n kó wá fún madam tó ń lọ nìyẹn. Àtúnrẹ́ lómi. wọ́n á ti ṣe bí ọdún 3-5 kan, wọ́n tún dàrú, ẹ tún bù háì, wọ́n tún kó fún, ó tún lọ nìyẹn. Kò ṣiṣẹ́ rí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan dálẹ̀. So in situations like this, you also have to protect yourself and protect your children. If you have something that you've already acquired before you're going into the relationship, you might want to state it clearly. Okay, these are for my kids. And the other person can do the same. Then going forward, this is the sharing formula for them. Our advice, kikini ko wa written, ke sign ni, bani lawyer ko fun. What you have done is you have just secured, the future of your children in case things come back to ba ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ. Because ọjà ọ̀dájú nílé ayé o. Ó dẹ̀ ní láti mọ̀ bọ́n ṣe ń tà àti bọ́n ṣe ń rà. So, what have I missed again? Tí mi ò tíì sọ. Okay. This is another one tí mo miss. It just ó ṣe wá sí mi lórí nsìn ni. Now, a ní àwọn I just remembered now. And this is where complication tún lè wọlé. We have some, situations whereby after tí wọ́n divorce tán, wọ́n sì fún partner tí wọ́n divorce pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ní shared kí ló máa ń pè náà, custody of the children. So ẹni tán kọ́mọ fún, wọn ní kó máa kó lọ títí ayé. Wọ́n sì sọ wípé ẹni báyìí náà ní ààyè o àti access sí àwọn ọmọ yẹn láti lè máa wò wọ́n, láti lè máa rí wọn. Kóòtù máa ti agree, the frequency and everything like that. So in situations like that, you have to understand wípé partner yẹn ó sì máa wà nínú ayé ẹni yẹn o. My people, ẹ jẹ́ n sọ nǹkan kan fún yín tí mo ti fi ojú ara mi méjèèjì báyìí rí. Mo ti rí àwọn tí wọ́n ti divorce. Wọn ò fẹ́ra mọ́. Àwọn méjèèjì dẹ̀ ti lọ ní relationship míì. Ṣé ẹ get me? Bọ̀ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ wípé tí wọ́n bá tún pàdé, wọ́n tún máa ń gbọ̀n sí fúnra wọn. Ẹ gbọ́ mi sà, ẹ gbọ́ mi mà. Ọ̀rọ̀ ayé pọ̀ o, ọ̀rọ̀ ayé pọ̀. Ibi tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ rí mọ̀, òun lẹ mọ̀ mọ̀. So, you have to understand wípé ex partner nǹkan ṣì máa dà wọ́n pọ̀, which is ọmọ tí wọ́n ní. So tó bá lóun lọ kọ́mọ fún un, àbóun ló wá kó ọmọ whatever thing like that, wọ́n á sì máa ní relationship or conversation or whatever as relates to ọmọ. So you must understand pé òun láti fi allowance yẹn sílẹ̀, òun láti fi àyè yẹn sílẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ láti gbọ́kàn ẹ kúrò pé báyà nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn, whatever thing like that. O ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé owú jíjẹ wọ̀. O ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ jíjọ́ kan kó sọ pé you don't even want to see that person anymore. Nírọ́ o. Kóòtù ló sọ, òun ni bàbá ọmọ lábẹ́ bó ti wù kó rí, òun ló ní wọ́n. So ó dẹ̀ ní right láti lè máa rí wọn. So you must be accommodating. Whether he will be coming there to see them, to take them and drop them off, or ibì kan lẹ ti máa lọ kó fún ni, all these things must be put into consideration. Otherwise, á dá wàhálà lẹ̀. So that is another kí ni wọ́n ń pè complication tó tún lè wà nínú irú blended family yìí, where the exes are still involved. Pé tó bá yẹ pé kí ni wọ́n ń pè ọ́ lè, tó bá yẹ pé widow là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa nísìn, or widow là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa nísìn, their partners have ceased to exist. So irú yẹn sìn kò 100% àwọn ni bàbá àti ìyá ọmọ. But in the case tó jẹ́ pé báyà divorce ni, tó dẹ̀ ní shared custody. So you have to put that into consideration that the exes will be involved. Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n tún wá wọn àwọn owó kan fún exes yẹn láti máa san wípé okay o lórí wọn o kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, then that also ẹ láti decide bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ máa ṣe. Ṣé yẹn máa dín owó tí wọ́n ná lórí àwọn ọmọ yẹn kù ni o, since dáadé wọn ń gbé bùkátà wọn, so that you can spend more on your own children, because dáadé wọn lè máa gbé bùkátà wọn kí wọn náà tún máa gbé so much lórí wọn. Irú àwọn yẹn máa di àkẹ́bàjẹ́. Meanwhile, àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ máa lack. So gbogbo kíní ilẹ̀ ńlá ti jókòó láti plan dáadáa kó tó di wípé ẹ decide láti sọ pé fẹ́ blend family yẹn. This is where it gets complex, and when these situations are not well managed, it becomes bigger issues, and at the end of the day we end up splitting again. So this is all I have for you tonight regarding this type of family setup. For those who are already aware, I think it won't be strange to you. For those who are hearing for the first time, I hope you've learned something. For those who are in it and are facing some challenges, I hope you'll be able to trace where the issues are and what you can do to maybe find a solution. Everything is all about communication. Kẹjọ jókòó, kẹjọ ní, deep and honest conversation. Nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ti get right láti lẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ ṣì lè jókòó kẹ́ ẹ tún work out again. Ẹ bá dẹ̀ rí wípé kò work, ẹ̀mí ti fẹ́ bọ́, ó máa better kó káàkù lọ nílò ẹ̀. Ó better kẹ́ gbé ayé ju kíkanu yín kó kúkú àìtọ́jọ́ lọ. So oh yes, my sister made another very, 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 very important point here. Each person should also make sure that the person they are choosing loves and accepts their kids, because kan tó jú rí lọ́wọ́ stepmother ò kéré o. You are very correct. You are very correct. So as you are looking out for yourself, also look out for how this person treats or will treat your children. Though ojú olójú ò lè dàbí ojú ẹni, but at least àwọn èèyàn aláàánú ṣì wà láyé. When you meet human beings, a mọ̀ pé wá òun lè má jẹ́ pé òun kọ́ ló ń bí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n wọn yàtọ̀ sáwọn ọmọ tòun náà, so ó wà humane nínú bó ṣe máa treat wọn. Àwọn kan wicked láyé àti ọ̀run tó jẹ́ pé níṣojú ẹ ni wọ́n ti máa fẹ́ àwọn yẹn, máa kẹ́ wọn lójú kẹ́ wọn lẹ́yìn. Tó bá ti sọ pé ok mo rí yín o, mo ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ náà, ṣorí táwọn wà fi lọ bí iṣẹ́ tó àfi padà dé yẹn, oh Jesus. Ṣó mọ ìyà tó máa ń jẹ màálù tó kọ́yìn sí Fúlàní, òun ìyà tí àwọn yẹn máa jẹ kó tó dé. Tó bá ti dé báyìí, á ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa fẹ́ wọn lójú, máa fẹ́ wọn lẹ́yìn. Èmi gan máa instigate àwọn ọmọ yẹn, á máa ní wọ́n ṣe báyìí so, wọ́n ṣe báyìí so, wọ́n á fẹ́ kó kórìíra àwọn ọmọ tó bí gan. So you have to be very, 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 very wise from the start láti mọ irú èèyàn tó fẹ́ fẹ́. Má torí religion mú yàn o, má torí pé ẹni all the time ló ń ka Bible, all the time ló ń fèdè fọ̀, all the time ló ń pray. Má torí ẹ̀ mú yàn o. Àwọn ẹlòmíì born again, wọn ò mọ Ọlọ́run. So get me? They are born again, but they don't know God. Má lọ wá rú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Ọ̀dájú ayé àti ọ̀run ni wọ́n. Find a human being. Find a good person. Find a kind person. Kí a má jẹ́ kó má dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Thank you very much for listening to me tonight. We've run 2 hours on the show, and I would not want to hold you much longer than that. Jodesh, Tosin, I hope, I don't know, maybe from our discussion tonight, you are able to gain anything that can be useful for your friend in terms of what they're going through. If so, that's wonderful. Right there, you know I would do it. So, thank you very much, everyone, for staying with me till this time. I need the Olodi. Thank you for everyone that contributed tonight. Thank you for making the show interesting. Thank you for giving me the privilege to also learn from you. My brother, Mr. Chris, I greet you. Thank you for joining tonight. And my sister, Adenike Onifade, thank you also for joining. Egbon, but thank you for joining the show as well. Right. Ibini Matima Fishe Lobai. We'll see you again next week, Friday. Until then, remain blessed and God bless you. Odaro.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ́rọ̀ pa òbí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù tó jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a wà bẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Àgbà tó ti ti tó mọ̀ ńlá lòkù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀.